Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Sage and welcome to another video, guys. And today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 weapons in Pixel Gun 3D that are not worth getting. Now, some of these weapons might be not worth getting because of their damage or because they claim some things that aren't really true, such as some weapons claim to have a lot of damage, such as 208 damage, when in reality they only do somewhere around 144. Now, this is a really big problem with a lot of weapons because people will unknowingly buy these weapons for so expensive prices, like 1,700 coins for a weapon, and then it ends up being one of the worst weapons they've ever bought. So, don't take any offense to any of the weapons I talk about in this list. I don't want to offend anybody. This is just my personal opinion and how I've played the guns within the game. So, that being said, guys, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. We are so close to 8,000 subscribers. I do post videos every single day. And with that being said, guys, let's get right into this video. Alright guys, the first weapon I'm going to be talking about is called the Anime Scythe. So the Anime Scythe, in my opinion, is probably one of the worst mythical weapons in the game. So there's a few things to talk about with this weapon. Number one, the weapon itself costs 3,200 coins. And because of that, it's probably one of the most expensive weapons in the game, along with the anti-champion sniper. So one really bad thing about this weapon is the fact that it takes up almost your entire screen during the game. And what I mean by that is, when you're holding a weapon, they have a small space. Like the Neutralizer has a pretty small space. It doesn't take up too much of your screen. But with the actual Anime Scythe, it takes up so much of your screen, almost like 40% of your right side. And because of that, it blocks a lot of what you're seeing, causing you to not being able to perceive and understand what's going on around you. Because if you're playing a deathmatch with this weapon, there's going to be some times where you don't even see the enemy in front of you because the weapon is actually blocking that person. So that is just one bad thing about it. Another thing is its fire rate. The fire rate of the weapon itself is extremely slow. There's a bunch of weapons that are really similar to this one where it throws the blade out spinning, and some of them have faster fire rates. For example, there's one that's not spinning, but the Poseidon's Trident has a pretty high fire rate, and it's the same sort of idea with the weapon. And so the thing that's really bad about this one is it's extremely slow, and it travels really slow as well. Since it does have travel time, you have to get a really weird angle in order to actually hit the enemy, and that's something that's really hard to do, especially with weapons like this one. So the travel time and the fire rate and the fact that it takes up all of your screen make it really bad. But there is one final thing as well. The weapon itself is not even a 1 or 2 shot. In fact, it's a 3 shot in most scenarios. And for a weapon that costs 3,200 coins, it should be doing way more damage. Alrighty guys, the next weapon I'm going to be talking about is called the Neutralizer. So the Neutralizer is probably one of the worst snipers in Pixel Gun 3D. Now the reason that I say this is because of its terrible damage. So this weapon itself actually costs 1,735 coins. That's a lot of coins for somebody to be able to get, and to be honest, it's not worth it at all for the price. The damage itself, with max level 55 and kinetic level 8 modules on it, is still a 4 shot to the body, sometimes even 5. It is a 3 shot to the head. 3 shots to the head. And it's probably gonna be not as bad in the future, because obviously people are gonna be complaining about this, and they're gonna try and buff it. But then again, they might not even buff this weapon because it has a really fast fire rate and decent capacity. The weapon capacity of this gun is actually 15, and its fire rate is really high. So if you're super accurate, it might not make a difference unless the person you're fighting is using some sort of area damage, or if the person you're fighting is using a one-shot weapon. But if you have really precise aim, you might be able to use this sniper, but I don't recommend it even then, because its damage is just awful, guys. And I've had so many people complain to me to talk about this weapon as its own video. So if you guys want to see a video just about this gun, let me know down in the description, because this gun is just terrible, you guys. I don't want anybody to be offended if you use it and if you're able to make it work, but I know that the majority of people are not able to make this weapon work that well, and it's simply because it's not that great. So I think the reason that this weapon has such a low damage, is because the fact that it has a high fire fire rate and capacity. Having a high fire rate and capacity could potentially like seem like it balances it out, but no one will want to buy it if it's just not doing any damage. So that's just my personal opinion about this weapon, and I know a lot of people have said the same thing in the past, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Alrighty guys, the next weapon I'm going to be talking about is called the Adamant Laser Cannon. So the Adamant Laser Cannon is probably one of the most interesting weapons in the game because of its fire rate. It actually has a 100% fire rate, meaning that it is the fastest possible fire rate of any weapon that exists. And this is one of the only weapons in the entire game that actually has that fire rate. In order for a weapon to have 100 fire rate, it would shoot at around, I believe it's 100 bullets per minute. So that's what it is in real life, I think. Whatever a weapon's fire rate is whatever it can shoot, however many bullets it can shoot per minute. So thinking about this weapon, guys, the fact that it has a high fire rate doesn't really make up for how bad its damage is. With modules on, it could take up to a clip and a half in order to kill somebody. It doesn't matter like what kind of armor they have on. Usually it's balanced out during matchmaking, but if a person has better armor, it might make a difference. But that's like a side note. This weapon itself, guys, like I said, could take up to a clip and a half in order to kill someone. Its damage is like really bad. And, you know, obviously the fire rate is really cool, but everybody mistakes that for being good. You know, the fire rate doesn't really mean that it's a good weapon. You could still shoot a person an infinite number of times and they won't die with, for example, like a starter weapon, right? You could shoot somebody with like the entire clip of ammo and it's not going to kill that person. And the reason that it's not going to kill that person is because of its damage. So obviously coins take a lot of effort in order to get, especially 1,735. That's how much this weapon costs. So if I were you, I would not want to waste that many coins on this. It is not worth it at all. And I'm surprised that this weapon would cost that much. It doesn't seem to be worth it at all. And I don't know why they would make it so expensive. A lot of people complain about this all the time because the weapon itself is just not that good. Alrighty guys, the next weapon I'm going to be talking about in this video is called the Cloud Launcher. Now the Cloud Launcher has a little bit more of an accurate price, but it's still extremely overdoing it. The weapon itself costs 1,340 coins, and let me explain to you why I don't think that this weapon is very worth it. The weapon is sticky mines. This means that you have to shoot the bullet at the floor or at the person directly. But the weapon has a really slow travel time, so it shoots really slowly. So if you were to shoot a bullet from this end of the hallway down to the other end, it would take around 3 full seconds for it to reach that side, and maybe even more. And I think that's something that's really bad, because if you're trying to shoot somebody up close with it, it's not going to be very effective. And the fact that it's just sticky mines mean you would have to like shoot it at before the person, like you'd have to shoot it in front of them, or you have to like just hope that somebody walks on top of it, which, you know, likeliness is you're not going to be that lucky in order for it to actually hit that person. So and then for hand-to-hand combat, you can't exactly shoot it at them because of its extremely slow travel time. It also says that it's chain damage, but you know, then again, it has to be a sticky mine, and in order for the chain damage to actually be like useful, a whole group of people would have to walk over it at once, and that's not something that really happens in Pixel Gun. So the chain damage thing is extremely useless, and I don't really have much to say about this weapon, guys. It's just all around not that great. It has 3 features that would seem to be really good, but it's just extremely useless all around. Alrighty guys, this last weapon I'm going to be talking about in this video is called the Piranha. Now the Piranha is not too terrible, but for 1,700 coins, it's kind of pushy. So the Piranha itself is not a terrible weapon, but like I just said, for 1,700 coins, that's not the correct price for it. This weapon should be somewhere around 900 coins or less, and let me tell you why. The damage of it isn't too bad. It takes around 6 bullets from them. It takes 6 bullets to kill them, and I believe the weapon does shoot like 5 at a time or something like that. So you basically would have to hit all bullets from the first one and at least 1 from the second one, and it does have a big break in between shots, which means that its fire rate is relatively slow. And so because of this, guys, it's not really that great in combat. You know, it's something that might work for like rocket jumping, because this weapon actually makes you rocket jump really high into the air. A lot higher than most weapons do because of its repeatedly shooting at the ground. Like when it shoots many bullets, and because of that, it boosts you way up into the sky. So that's the only useful thing about this weapon. But with the really slow fire rate and the fact that you actually have to hit many bullets in order for like them to die, it's not really worth the 1,700 coins. This weapon isn't terrible though. I have used it before. It's pretty decent, but for 1,700 coins, it's not gonna be worth it. Like I said before, it should be somewhere around 900, and then it'd be a little bit more worth the money that you spend. Alrighty guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel because I do post videos every single day and I do like to stream occasionally as well. Once I get my new computer, I will be able to do streams quite regularly, and that being said guys, this is the end. Just one final thing guys, I hope you don't hate me for my opinions of these weapons. Everybody uses guns differently. Some people are better with some of these weapons than I am, and some people are worse than that. So that being said, I hope you guys don't hate me for my opinion. These are just based off of like what I have seen with them in games. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Hey, do you have Discord? If so, you should totally join the official Unity Discord. The link to it is down in the description. As of right now, we have over 500 members who are constantly looking for people to play with. As soon as you join, you can have easy communication with me and everyone else in the community. So what are you waiting for, man? Go join my Discord. The link is down in the description.